a way to get outside via Capital Bikeshare, and we're kind of made some really interesting strides here with the ability to add some bike share stations, specifically at Teddy Roosevelt Island and Gravelly Point. Everybody loves these spots.
That's right.
What was it that was so important about getting some bike share stations there at those locations?
Well, this is really exciting. It's a memorandum of understanding between the county and the National Park Service, and it will let us establish Capital Bike Share facilities at Teddy Roosevelt Island and Gravelly Point. And what is so fabulous about this is that it improves use of the trails, right? They're major trail connection points, and it improves the accessibility of these sites for tourists and visitors as well as for Arlingtonians. This is, bikes at their best. Help people enjoy the outdoors. It makes public spaces more accessible to them, and it gives them alternative forms of transportation, and that's exactly what these projects are designed to do. So, these places are national treasures. They are a place to explore nature and to visit with our national history, to experience the sort of awesome sight of planes landing in very low in the case of Gravelly Point. And having these bike share facilities will make it all the more accessible to our residents to do all of those things.
And these are both kind of right along that Mount Vernon Trail, which kind of hugs the shoreline of the Potomac. So, I always tell people best place to see the cherry blossoms is right there by riding the Mount Vernon Trail and get kind of that wide angle view. But it's a good connector. I mean, these areas are easy transit points, and to have the bike share stations there. We should note, still not able to ride bikes on Theodore Roosevelt Island as a national park site, but
I believe that's correct.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, that's the National Park Service policy, so that's maybe one for continued
conversation. But to get there, then park the bike, and then when you're ready to leave, grab another bike, off you go.
Which is the beauty of Capital Bike Share, exactly.
Now, for bike share efforts, this is something we're continuing to really promote and increase around
That's
the county.
exactly right. And I think one of the things that we found so powerful about the bike share is that it solves what we sometimes describe as the last mile problem, right? Folks, the transit will get you most of the way to your destination, but if you're looking for a truly kind of customized door-to-door, bike share can really help close that gap. And these are great examples, right? That you might be able to get somewhat close to these treasures on Metro, and it's bike share that will help you get the last of the way. And we know that's true not only for places to recreate, like these National Park Service sites, but for places of work and where people live as well.
The really neat thing is that, this is the nexus of where Arlington is the #1 entry point for tourists into the state of Virginia. And of course, these sites, the National Park Service sites, are a big draw. So what we're doing is this is a way of saying, hey, come on into Virginia, because now you come here, get on a bike, and explore the rest of Arlington, explore the rest of the Mount Vernon Trail. So it's really a win-win.
Great. Well, we'll see how folks use these bike stations and the many others throughout the summer months here as we get into the big visitors season.